Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good week so far. Happy Thursday. And we created a pain gauntlet and it went horribly wrong story time. Or we created a gauntlet and it went wrong. I don't know what I'm going to call it, dude, but this is beautiful. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say gauntlet, right? So the way I found out about that word was first of all the Madden gauntlets, right? You're playing Madden, and then you can do these gauntlets, the challenges where you got to do random stuff, and it's fun. It's fun. You go up to level 40, you get to throw Hail Marys, your players get shrunk down. It's just fun little challenges, right? Well, then in history, or I don't think I was in history class. I think I was listening to a history podcast or something, right? Then maybe Shane Gillis, somebody, right? And they were like, "Hey, the Indians, they used to have people run these gauntlets, these pain gauntlets and this is like way, way back. I can't, hundreds of years ago. I have no idea, right? Like 1800s before then too, okay? So not recently at all. But what they would do, the Indians, they would take the people that they captured, whatever, and they would set up like a gauntlet of just pain, of just fucked up things. So like let's say they'd put like I don't know what on the ground, but something nasty on the ground you have to run on, whether it's like, I don't know, rocks or crab shells or like coals or something, right? So you have to run over that. And while you're running over that, they're hitting you with sticks and like kicking you and punching you. And they would also have the people like yelling stuff in their native languages, right? Because they thought it was funny. They would just have these people yell stuff that was like offensive. So then they'd want to hit them harder, right? And they wouldn't kill the people in the gauntlet, but whoever was in the gauntlet and was like strong and ran through it, they didn't look up to them. Obviously, they're beating them up, but you get what I'm saying. They had respect for them if they fought back, if they were like manly about the gauntlet. So hearing that, we're hanging out one day and we're like, hey. We can make a gauntlet. This shit will be funny as fuck. But we didn't really want to hit each other. You get what I'm saying? That seems kind of fucked up. I mean, there's certain instances where we'd hit each other, but not for that, right? So what we decided to do is we're at my grandpa's house, right? He's got a big old basement, and if you turn off the lights in there, it is 100% dark. Like you are in the dark. There is no light whatsoever. No light from a TV, no light from the windows. There's curtains. Like there's no light in there, right? And it's like what I would call a populated basement. Like there's a lot of shit. There's a couch, there's countless chairs, there's a bunch of little kid toys, there's tables that are about ankle and knee high. Dude, there's little benches, there's hockey nets, there's hockey goals, there's these fake little football goal posts. There's everything in this basement, right? Just a lot of pain. And so what we did was we turned the lights on and we spread stuff out everywhere, right? And it was me and three friends, okay? And so what we did is, first of all, right by the stairs, we put a whole bunch of Legos, right? We put Legos, we put like little toy cars, little wooden blocks and stuff, just right at the bottom of the stairs to start. Then you're supposed to turn right, but because of where we had stuff laid out, you have to go straight. So you have to go deeper into the basement before you even can start the gauntlet. I mean, it is the gauntlet, but it's the start of it, right? So you walk over Legos, and then we put a bunch of chairs in the way, so it's like a lane, like where he knows where to walk, because it'll be pitch black, right? So you walk through this little fake tunnel, and there's nothing painful there, but then it's all hell, right? Because we put a table, a full length table. Like think about like a table someone would put in their garage during like Thanksgiving, or like if you ever watch those videos where it's like I'm feeding the homeless. Think about those long tables they have, like one of those. We took that table and we put it on its side. So the only part sticking out were the legs. You get what I'm saying? Just dangerous. We just put the table sideways. So like how are you supposed to know it's there, dude? If it's pitch black, you have to hop over it, but you don't know that you have to jump, right? So we have a sideways table, and then this is really fucked up. On the other side of the table, we sprinkled more Legos and like a bunch of random toys, and then we put down a bunch of tennis balls. So you got to walk over the tennis balls, and then the finale, what we called the finale, right? Which all we had for the finale is we took the stools, like they were like stool benches two people could sit on. They're wooden and really old, right? They're benches about like like this long, like pretty long, but two people can sit on them. Usually, probably one person would sit on them. We flip those upside down. So then there's just legs sticking up in the air. And all around it, dude, we just put the most messed up things. Like like Home Alone shit, dude. We put ornaments, like tree ornaments on the ground. We put, I'm trying to think of what else. Like there's a bunch of little kid toys there because there's been a lot of little kids in my grandparents' house growing up and stuff, my cousins and stuff. So we just throw a bunch of little kid toys everywhere, right? And what we did is we asked who's gonna run through the gauntlet, who's gonna be a man, right? I didn't want to, my friend didn't want to, no one wanted to run through it except for one friend. One friend was like, I'm manly enough for this, I can do it, right? And we're like, okay, first of all, what's your approach gonna be? And second of all, at what point do you want us to come save you? Because we didn't think he could get through the gauntlet, right? We're like, there's no way. It's gonna be painful. And he's like, you know, we won't, he's like, I'll just tell you guys if I need help. Like, turn on the light if I ask you to. But if I don't ask you to, don't turn on the light. We're like, okay, sounds good. Dude, it was funny as fuck. We let him look at it with the lights on, right? He took a look at it. He's like, okay, I feel good about this. We turn off the light. And he's like, we're all of our friends, me and my other two friends, we're standing by the finish line, right? So we're all the way across the basement and we're yelling to him, like, okay, start in 3, 2, 1, and we start the timer, right? Immediately, he jumps off the stairs and he's just yelling. He's just like, ah, right? And it was so funny, dude. It was genuine pain. Like, he wasn't messing with us or tripping out. Like, he started and tried to avoid the Legos and shit. He steps right on him. So he's yelling, ow, dude. And he knew that, like, where the chairs were, how he set up the path. So he tries to go around it. And, like, we can see him a tiny bit because your eyes adjust to the dark. But you still really couldn't see shit. Like, we had been outside long enough and, like, it was bright enough during the day that being in this pitch black basement was not helping. So we hear him run into a bunch of chairs, and eventually you hear like a loud one, like he kneed one or kicked one, dude, and you just hear ow, and he falls down. Like you hear the sound of his body falling, and I'm sure he was just rolling around, holding his knee or holding his ankle, but he's going ow, and like when you're in so much pain, you're like laughing, you're like oh, like that. He was doing that on the ground. We are losing our shit, right? And he gets back up and I hear him walking really slow. He's like, I'm going slow. I'm not getting hurt anymore. And then all of a sudden, just right in the gut, dude, from what he told us, because we didn't see this part, but this is what he told us happened, because he goes, oh, he had walked into the table leg, like straight into the table leg, the big table we had laid out, his stomach just right into the leg. So he goes, oh, right? And he jumps over it, like he puts his hands on it and, put his leg over it, hopped over it. And he was like, all right, we're looking okay here. Well, dude, he had no idea that we had put more Legos and stuff down because we showed him part of the basement, but only the first half of it. And because he was the only one running the gauntlet, we didn't want him seeing the whole thing. So he gets over the table, and there's a second where it's quiet, right? Where you're like, oh, is he avoiding the Legos? Is he avoiding the toys that we put down? Like, what's going on? And then you just hear destruction. You hear, ow, 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 every step, right? Because he's stepping on the Legos. And then he goes, fuck this, screw this, I'm running, right? So you hear him just start taking off because you hear the Legos shoot out from underneath him. You can hear that, like, he had stepped on him and sent him backwards. He's full sprinting, dude. And all of a sudden, you just hear just destruction. He trips on the stools that we put upside down, right? And falls directly on the Legos and the Christmas ornaments and all the little toys, the little blocks. He falls on everything, dude. You just hear crashing, crunching, the sound of glass break, the sound of everything breaking, right? And he's like, fuck, ow, ow, ow. And then he rolls a few times and he goes, stop the time, dude. And we click it and we show it like to everybody there. 1 minute and 40 seconds. 1 minute and 40 seconds of just straight pain. So then I go, everybody, just don't move, right? And I turn my phone flashlight on and I go and I turn the basement lights on. And we look, dude, and it was just destruction. The first half of it was like all right, like he had bumped a couple chairs and he had hit the table, but nothing was out of place. Dude, that second half of the basement, there were Legos and pieces of ornaments everywhere, dude. And he wasn't bloody or anything. He had no cuts, but he had fallen on all these sharp things, dude. So when he lifted his shirt up, there was just little red marks everywhere. Like he had gone through the gauntlet, dude. We were like, you are a man. You are fucking manly. Like, how do you do that, dude? How do you tell your brain's just telling you, don't do this, don't do this. And you're like, you know what? We're doing it. We are doing this, and there is no way we're getting stopped. It was beautiful, dude. Just, even though we didn't like we watched it, but it was more like we heard it. Just, I don't know how you get yourself to do that. I couldn't do it, dude. I wanted to do it. I set it up. I knew what it looked like, and I still couldn't do it. And my friend was just like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." But anyways, that is the pain gauntlet that went wrong, or whatever you want to call it, dude. That was beautiful. It was just mayhem. That's what it was. You stick a bunch of teenage boys together with nothing to do, they're gonna create some ruckus. That's all I have to say. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sub, share, like, comment. If you're going through something, I answer all positive comments. If you need someone for real, my Instagram's linked, whole bio, the YouTube. Just DM me. I'll get back to you in a day or two. Thanks for watching. Peace out.